Hello and welcome to another Bakugan video. So today we're taking a look at the final of the 3 starter decks that I managed to pick up, and this one is of course the Haos Howler. This is going to be probably my favourite of the 3 sets, and probably the one I personally use the most until of course we make any kind of modifications to it, as I'm quite partial to the Pyrus Drago, the Haos Howler, and the Pegatrix cards, and of course the Bakugan themselves. So this should be a lot of fun. I actually forego buying the Baku storage for Dragonoid because I knew I was going to pick this up, and there was no point of course buying 2 when I could personally buy any of the others at that point. So we're going to of course get into this. I did forget to grab a knife, but that is fine. We'll just open this via the tape here and we'll be completely fine. So that would be great. Always got to remember the cards and stuff do just fall out there. Kind of annoying when you open it like that, although it is the more entertaining opener. So we'll take a look at everything that comes with that in a sec as we get everything else here out. So the Nihilus and a couple of other Bakugan there. And we'll get this box just out of the way this time. So again, we'll start with these little ones since they are the easiest to pop out. Drago, of course, trying to jump out us a little too soon. A little too early for you, Drago. You can just sit in the back there. The Aurelius Pegatrix. This is okay. This one's in there very well. We're gonna hopefully get this guy out. We'll pull him out of camera for a second. You can look at the beautiful Drago. Wow. Oh, there we go. Jeez. Anyone would think Pegatrix wanted to live in there for the rest of its life. So since Drago's already popped out, we'll take a look at the Pegatrix here, which actually doesn't look too bad in Aurelius. Aurelius Pegatrix. Actually quite a nice one. I also want to get the Aurelius Drago. I think they're the only 2 Aureliuses I'm super keen on, unless I get Max to Ultra, which would be okay. Of course, these are all Wave 1 being in Australia. These are all we have available. These actually only just came out here, even though they've been out in the US for some time now. So hopefully you guys can bear with us as far as items and stock go, because they're kind of our only options. And we'll take a little close look at this Drago as well. He does look to be one of the easier ones to, of course, close up again, which is great. His little horn and that there, which just kind of go down. Should be a lot of fun to use him. And of course, for the last one, we have the Howler. I'm actually hoping Howler is not too hard to get out compared to, of course, the other ones that were Ultras. No, he looks to be alright to get out compared to some of the others. This is the Haos Howler Ultra. I'm actually quite fond of this design too. It's definitely one of my favorites, although its heads are a little asymmetrical, which throw me off a bit. I guess that's for his fold-up. That or it's just like a real dodgy one, so either way, definitely doesn't look too bad. Not too bad at all, and then B power printed on the bottom of him. So I am hoping he's a little easier to do up than the last couple, so we'll pull up the instructions here for how to, of course, open and close these guys. Okay, so this is a 10-step. I think this is only a level, I'm not sure if it's level 3 or level 2. Level 1, so it should be relatively simple. Looks like we just start with its major head first and work our way. God, does it go back? Yeah, it goes back, okay. And then the little ones come in, feet, and back all the way down. Alright, that looks a little funky to fold up, but we'll get there and see how we go. So this head goes back, these come in. That bit comes around. I don't know if we meant to go feet first, but that's kind of the life we've got here. I'm assuming these ones are meant to go first then, since that's the case. Okay, yeah. So that comes up just fine. Then I'm guessing we bring those feet. Okay. Alright, I think we've got the gist of how we got to go with this guy. His wings are the last things to, of course, come up, so no surprise there. Now we just bring all of this, of course, forward, I think, something like that. I think these feet were meant to go up for the tail, by the looks of it. Yes, so these go up first, then these feet come in. Of course, you've got to hold all this together. That's always the only painful part about this. So his head was actually meant to come in just after the tail there to notch it in. And then the wings sort of roll around here, I guess, or does he say? Oh, his head goes down. Alright, I get it now. Okay. One last shot before I do this off camera. We'll give him a good old fashioned go at least. Yep, so those go in, those go up, that comes back and down like that. And then we kind of just got to get these feet together, which is fun. Then bring this all the way up and around, and bring his arms, with his head of course, in. Which helps if I get his little foot in there too. So it's meant to go something like this, obviously, and that one's meant to, of course, slot in there, which I've kind of failed to do in this demonstration, but we might be able to fix that now that we've moved the head out of the way. There we go. Perfect. Cool. All done up. Howler, all done up in a single shot. How good's that? This one should be, of course, again, like most of the other cores, very, very simple to do up. I do hope he's not going to be too dodgy. I've heard bad stories about dodgy Dragos in the single boosters, single boxes, but that looks fine. And then, of course, Pegatrix, which shouldn't be too hard to do up either, honestly. I think his head must go back. Does his horn move, or does it just sit there? That's weird. Oh no, his head goes all the way back. Alright, there we go. A little bit different, but not too difficult either. Cool. So that does, of course, round all these Bakugan. We'll get to take a look at their cards, which should be great, so we'll do that right now. So here's the cards. The initial, of course, Drago card. This is the one I really wanted because I'm hoping to get a Diamond Dragonoid, which I'll hopefully be able to use in future to go with this, with the Evo card, which will be awesome fun. Even if it's not super competitive, I want to at least have it for a collection. The Aurelius Pegatrix, that's fine. That's actually, Aurelius is really good for B power, so I really like that. And the Howler Ultra, which is of course 300B for attack on Helix, so that could be really beneficial with the Helix cards and a lot of fun as well. And it's double Helix, which is not super common from what I know. Now we just got to get these card block open, which is always going to be the most fun. Luckily, until they release more of these sets, which I don't believe there's any currently in any other sets for wave 2, 3, whatever. These are all that you can get in these starter sets. We probably won't have to worry about that for a little while. So that was actually the easiest one I've had so far to get undone. So we'll get this to try and focus on the cards here. So we have Titan Howler Ultra. That's actually the first thing we see because these are never in a perfect order. Then we have the Hyper Dragonoid. It's another good Evo card. Inferno Wings for our super rare. And for another super rare, we actually got Stand Together, a flip. A lot of people don't like flips. I personally, not really sure yet. Haven't got to play the game with them yet. These are the first videos I'm making with these cards. Then we have Dusk for the hero. Hot Potatoes. Hyper Pegasus. These are in really wonky orders. I wish these were printed in decent orders for us. Another Titan Howler. You always get 2 of each Evo in these sets. Fierce Boost, Consorts. Drago's Fury. That's actually an alright card as well. Reasonably cheap at 2. Stoic Shot. This one has Domination, which is effective. We'll go over a lot of these if I do a how to play sort of style video. Cycling Warmth. Fierce Boost. Binding Glam. And Light's Courage, a couple of those in a row, which is always good when they're in a row. Shine. Block Growth, so another flip card. These block certain attacks. Block Outsiders, again, blocking certain kinds of attacks. Blinding Glam. Molten Helix. Halt Outsiders, another block, just standard block card that blocks anything other than Darkus and Aquas, I think, based on that. Or Aquarius, I think it's Aquarius. Either way, I'll work that out eventually. Magma Boost. Meteoric Lance is actually crazy, plus 11 from, that's over a quarter of your opponent's deck, not counting any other boosts, so it is a bit high on 5 cost, but I'm sure a lot of decks can pull that off. Then we have Molten Helix for the final one now, and that is, of course, going to round out all the cards for that deck and for the video. We also have, of course, the cores here, which are mostly these 2 fists, a couple of Helix, a Flame, and another green, of which, of course, the first ones are the plus 150. Try and make sure I get these in the shot for you guys, and it'd be nice if we could get some focus, but it doesn't really like focusing on these cores much for me, so that's a little disappointing, but we may get to go through these in another video soon, hopefully. Maybe they'll decide to focus at some point, but probably won't be today. So this is just a plus 1 Frost Strike, I think. Plus 300, plus 3B, that's actually really nice. Plus 500B and plus 4 damage, and then a plus 1 damage. So pretty simple ones. There are some definitely better ones out there that I would recommend getting and using. We do, of course, pop all these out. So we got the Drago. the nice little Howlkor here, which I'm not sure where he pops. It's on his head like the other ones. I think most of the Ultras try and do them on their heads. And the Aurelius. So definitely a nice set as far as they go. This is definitely my favourite of the starter sets, mainly because of all the character ones that are in them, and of course the cards are really nice. It probably might not be the best overall, but it's definitely my favourite personal pick. So if you guys are going to pick one up, I would definitely recommend this set. So until next time, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you again.